Hi, everyone. Welcome to 2025's open enrollment. I'm Chris. In case you don't know who I am, I'm one of the co-owners here at Next Step Insurance. And I got a video. Let's just get right to it about enrolling in 2025. So just in case you don't know who our team is, I just wanted to make sure you know. We have 4 insurance agents to help with the under 65. We have John, myself, Samantha, and Joshua. So Sam was my assistant for 4 or 5 years, something like that. And she's now an agent. So if you're like, hey, wasn't she helping out? She has become an agent. So there's 4 of us. But that second picture just shows you our entire team. We've got 2 customer service people, Nicole and Andrea, and Wendy, who is right there behind me. She's our receptionist, and I'm telling you, we are a phenomenal team. So any of us can help you. Sometimes you may be trying to get to your specific agent, but they're busy out of town, maybe on vacation because they work really hard. We have a whole team. We can all help you, and we like working together as a team. So no matter what happens, if somebody moves away, gets a different job, you are not without an agent. If you had a previous agent, we still have the whole team. If you do need to come see somebody, and maybe Paulette was your agent, just call and basically we'll get you in with the first person who's available for the time that you need. But we have a whole team. And then if you are turning 65, we got a great Medicare team. From the left to right is Will, one of our newest Medicare guys. The next person is Kevin. That's my business partner. And then we have Stacy, Amber, Stephanie, Laura, Mary, who's been with us the longest, and Dave. So we have an entire great Medicare team. We also have free Medicare 101 classes every month. It's the second Wednesday of every month at 10 and 5:30. If you're interested in doing that because you're going to be turning 65, just come to the class. It's not about plans. It's about how Medicare works. All right, let's get to it. We are the second in the nation for most competitive individual health insurance in the marketplace. I think we're second to Florida, but they have millions and millions of more people than us. So we are a great state to be in. We have the 4th largest share of 5-star hospitals. We have more participants than some of the big states like California and New York. So we are really good. Most counties have at least 3 carriers, and some like Sheboygan have 7. So we are in a great state to be in. Timeline of events. Renewal link was sent out this morning. Today is November 1st. You can click that link, go right into confirm that the information on your application is the same. Because remember, it's already there. We've already done that first one or numerous ones for you, and you can pick your plan. And if you do that, guess what? You're done. Now you might want to wait a day or two just because November 1st, everybody's trying to do it. But hey, you can do it and be done. If you sent us your information or you still want us to help, we have to have your income documents and consent and attestation forms by December 6th. That is a hard deadline. Too much delay ends up costing all the agents to not have a very enjoyable Christmas. And I know that's not the intention of anybody here. So get us your information by December 6th. We will be happy to help you. But you can click that link and be done in the week or so. If you already sent us your documents, we're working on those. We are going to try and get those all done within the next week. They'll be done by next weekend. Anybody who sends us documents from this point forward will be first come, first serve. So we're going to get those, the ones who have already sent us their documents out first, and then we'll work on yours. But we've never missed a person yet. We will enroll you, or you need to enroll yourself by December 15th. If you do it by December 15th, your new plan will start for 1/1. Anybody after December 15th, the changes would happen on February 1st. So you're still not locked in a plan. If you decide you want to change your mind, we have time between December 16th and January 15th, technically a little bit later than that, to get those plans changed for February 1st. You'll get that email confirmation from us, even if you do it yourself, that says you are enrolled for 2025. And you'll get the document, we print it off, we mail it to you to stick in that folder that we've given you in the past. So it's really easy to do. If you do it yourself, we will know, unless you do it at healthcare.gov. Please don't go at healthcare.gov. Click on the link that was sent to you this morning and do it at HealthSherpa. If you do it at healthcare.gov, we will not see it. And it can take a bit to get it into the system. So we may reach out to you going, hey, have you enrolled? And you're going to go, yeah, I did it at healthcare.gov. Try and use the link that went out this morning, November 1st, because that will get you the best customer service from our side, and it will make life a little bit easier. All right. You're ready to update your application. When you click that link, you're going to go in there, pick a plan. Now, you can find your current plan. If you scroll down or use the forms on the left to find just your insurance carrier, you can click that and say, this is my plan. Go ahead and add that to cart and then start your application. Don't worry about changing the income, all that stuff. Just do the application first, because then you'll be able to get accurate rates once your application is done. All right, so this is what the email looks like. You came out this morning saying it's time to renew your health insurance plan. Open that email up. If you didn't see it, it is in your junk email. It'll say it's from me, or the Next Step team. It'll say hi to your name or whoever is listed as primary. Just click on that Renew Your Plan Now button. It'll take you to HealthSherpa. If you remember your password, great, log in. If you do not, enter your email, which is the email that email came to, and hit Forgot Password. Very easy. They'll send you a link, probably ends up in your spam. That will take you back and you can set your password. If it's your first time, it will ask you 3 qualifying questions at minimum to make sure it's really you. And this is to help with the fraud. I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff, but there has been some really bad things happening with fraud and agents. Unfortunately, the unethical agents enrolling people without their permission. Once you get past that, your information will be there. So it's going to ask your name. It's going to be whoever's primary, the date of birth, the gender, and then new this year on that first page, it will say social security number. Now, your social security number is already there. If you're not sure, you can always retype it. It will not let you enroll without a social security number. It's just not happening this year. If there's a reason you do not have a social security number, we have to call healthcare.gov directly. They're the only ones that can do that. So it can happen. The next page is just going to have your address. If you're still at the same place, you can go to the next page. If you need to change the mailing address or the address, just update it and go from there. Next page will pop up. Are you sure your address is correct? And it's going to pull up the UPS, United States Postal Service address. It usually has that 4-digit code added to the end. You can just keep yours, or you can click that. Next page, it's going to have all your contact information. The email's on there. If you want to change your email to a different one, this is the time to do it. The phone number, make sure it says home. Otherwise, if you put cell, they're going to text you a lot. You only need to have one phone number. Do not put the entire household's phone numbers on there. I have seen people do, here's my home, and here's my cell, and here's my spouse's cell. Just pick one. Even if it's your cell phone, say home to reduce the amount of stuff they call you. And make sure you say, send me notices in paper. They already email you more than they probably should. I don't want you to actually miss an important document because they send it in email. So just say, send me paper. Open everything that comes from the marketplace in the mail. Just open it up. If it's asking you to do something, reach out to us, ask us if it's legit. Otherwise, you can kind of ignore all the emails that come from healthcare.gov. They're a little obnoxious. Then it's going to kind of condense all the information into one page. It'll show everybody who's applying for coverage. If you want to see if you're eligible for tax credits, all on the right-hand side where it says yes or no, right there. If any of that needs to be changed, well, then you're going to have to hit edit this section. It will take you and open up each one of those questions in an individual form. And then you can continue after that. If everything's the same, hit continue. It's going to ask if you live with anybody under the age of 19. Now, the previous page would show your dependents. This is not about tax dependents. This is other people. Regardless of whether you live with other people, say no. Only put the people on your application that are going to be on your tax return. If you have questions about that, reach out to your agent. Then it's going to have all this information. It's going to ask if you smoke. Are you a U.S. citizen? Are you in jail? Are you Native American Alaskan? Which if you do, it'll ask for proof. And then basically the ethnicity and the sexual orientation is up to you. You can answer it or not. I'm not sure why the government needs to know, but that's your choice whether you want to tell them. Next, it's going to say, are you a naturalized or derived citizen? Some people see this question, some don't. Just so you know, if you were born here, the answer is no. A naturalized citizen is somebody who came here with probably immigrant parents and they were under the age of 18. So they become naturalized, meaning they cannot be deported. They get citizenship the same as anyone born here. The parents can still be deported, but the children cannot. And if you're naturalized, whereas derivative citizenship is based on your age. So, but if you are born here, you are not a naturalized citizen, you're a natural citizen. Then the next page, it'll say if you are a US citizen or US national. If you are not, click no, and then it's going to give you a long list of those documents to prove that you're here legally. Again, that information is probably already there from last year when we entered that information. If you're a US citizen or a US national, just hit yes and you won't see these questions. Next, it's going to be about your income. So here's the 4 things that have to be included. So your adjusted gross income and 100% of your Social Security benefits. If some of your Social Security or none of your Social Security is taxed, it still counts as income. You're also supposed to put tax-exempt interest and excluded foreign income. That might be, it shows you line 8B and line 45 and 50 on those IRS forms. If you are one of those people, just talk to your accountant to make sure you put the right amount. Otherwise, it is your modified adjusted gross, so it's your full adjusted gross income and the Social Security benefits, whether they're taxed or not. And I have a link on there that if you want to understand the modified adjusted gross, as we call MAGI, I do have a quick video about that. Enter your income as best you can. It's going to have, do you receive these payments monthly, bi-weekly, maybe yearly? Be aware, if you do anything other than yearly, the system is going to assume it's a full year. So if you're only working for 3 months, do not put it in 3 months or monthly because it's going to assume 12 months worth. So my example, you're going to collect Social Security for only 6 months. Enter the total amount and say this year. So if you were going to get $1,000 a month, you would say $6,000 for the year. And maybe we already did that for you last year. Well, if you say I get $1,000 a month, the system will assume 12 months. So then if you only are getting 6,000, the system's going to assume 12. So the only exception to this rule is self-employment. It will not let you enter yearly. Not sure why. So take your yearly estimate, divide it by 12 and enter that in. And remember, it's your net profit, not gross. So here's an example of what you might see. Retirement, self-employment, retirement from a different person. Maybe you've got multiple retirements and then a job. So it kind of looks like this. I put one retirement thing per year, one every 2 weeks, one per month, and then the job. When you do enter a job, you will need to enter a phone number. And remember, if you say I get $15 an hour and I work 40 hours a week, it's going to assume all 52 weeks. So if you just have a part-time summer job, put it in as yearly, not break it down that way. And then the next page will ask you if you have deductions. There's really only a few that work. So if when in doubt, just leave it blank. I would rather you estimate your income a little higher and get money back than to put a deduction that does not count. Then it's going to say, hey, your yearly income for Keith, George, or whoever is based on this information. It'll say the amount. If it is correct, great, hit continue. If it is not correct, do not fix it here. Go back, apologize. Go back to this page and see where the calculation may be incorrect. Maybe you said every other week and you actually meant once a month. Or I've done this, I put something in and I meant yearly and I say per month and suddenly it's like 6 figures of income. So fix it on this page. Do not fix it on this question. The system is not smart and it doesn't calculate things correctly. After you enter all the income for the household, you may get what I call the magic question. I love the magic question. It will say, tell us why your 2025 household income seems lower than the records show for the past 2 years. So remember, and then it'll have your name. The system is looking at your last tax document. If that was 2023 and you were working and now you're retired, this doesn't quite match. Maybe you switched jobs. Regardless of the reason why, click that second one. The reason it's a magic question is if you do that, the system will not ask for proof of income. But if you click anything else, please don't go reason not listed above. It opens this long thing you can type. It doesn't matter. It'll still ask for proof of income. So just click that second one. It's the magic question. If you do get still requests for proof of income, let us know and we'll help you. The next page, just leave blank. Even if you need extra help, it's not going to help you with anything. And then the Medicaid stuff, if you were on Badger Care and it did recently end, you can enter it, but for the most part, just continue. It now has a register voting question. Hey, if you're registered to vote, you can just continue. If you would like to know where to register to vote, you can say yes. And I believe they told me it will send you information on how you can do that. Next, it's going to ask if you have existing coverage. The answer is no. Yes, you may have insurance, but it ends December 31st. Just hit no. And then the HRA, if you're not getting a health reimbursement account, the answer is no, which would come from your job. So just skip those questions. Then it's going to ask if anyone's getting employer-sponsored coverage. Unless you are, you should skip this. If you are, please call us. We need to discuss your options. There's new rules that may let your family go on the marketplace, and you have to stay on your employer plan, or maybe your employer plan really is not affordable. We can help you with that. The next page talks about upcoming and recent changes. Skip that. It's open enrollment. You don't have to do this. Then it's going to ask specifically about ICHRA and QSERA. If you do not know what that is, I can tell you right now, you don't get it. That is an employer thing. If you do get this, please contact your agent. We need to make sure you do this correctly so that you don't end up having to pay taxes back at tax time. Next page is going to give you a summary of everything. If you see an error, just kind of overlook it. You can, or not overlook it, look it over. You can click on edit next to the error. It'll take you back to that part of the application, adjust it, and then it'll walk you through every page again. Once everything is correct, just scroll to the bottom and click continue. Once you do that, you're going to get the attestations. Now, if you're not sure what those attestations mean, click the next video after this. I just went over that. Once you do that, you're going to come back to the plan that you picked. Now, if it's the plan you had last year, such as Common Ground, and you thought, like, that rate's great, it's exactly what I want, you can hit enroll in this plan and you are done. It is as easy as that. If you're not sure, you can, you want to like, well, maybe I don't want that plan. Okay. You know, you're like, I'm not sure I want this one. Right there, hit that button, change plans. That will then take you to all the plans available in your area. And if you want help navigating those, that's about 2 videos down. I will walk you through that. But if you like the plan, great, click enroll. If you want to enroll in separate plans because one spouse wants to go to Aurora, one wants Ascension, hey, you can shop multiple plans. Maybe one is sick and needs a more robust plan, such as Anthem that covers everybody, but the other person is like, I don't go to the doctor, I want a less expensive plan. You can shop multiple plans. So you click that button, it'll bring up the first person that says, hey, here's what you are currently enrolled in. Check the box, hit choose plan. Then you can go look for Joe Blow's plan. You select the plan, it brings you back to this one, and then you click Sue, choose a plan. It takes you there, you pick the plan, and then it will show you the rates for each person, and you can hit continue and enroll those plans. Any questions come up, please reach out to your agent. In fact, if you do the application for us, we can probably do enrollment in a 15-minute phone call. So if you do the application and you're like, can you please help me find a plan? Call. We'll be happy. The receptionist will set that up with you. If you want to enroll in other coverage, such as accident, critical illness, indemnity plans, you can say that as well. Like, hey, I would like to have an appointment with my agent to review my plan options, and I would like to enroll in some other coverage because that does make sense for some people. I've already done the application on the marketplace. Well, that gives us 30 minutes to talk to you as opposed to 15 where we're going through the application and then we've only got 15 minutes. So reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for checking in. I'm happy that you trust Next Step Insurance. It really means a lot to us. Thank you.